Hey guys, what's going on? Doing an early morning walk here, and I usually see the turkeys out here. We got a bunch of these wild turkeys and deer. Every morning they're usually out here running around. Today they're not. I think it's because the weather's changing. They're kind of hiding out a little more now. But anyway, it's been a while since I've done a video here, and I wanted to talk today. I got to thinking about how, these goals that we set for ourselves when we don't achieve them, the effect that it has on our confidence, on our self-esteem, on our sense of self-worth, and I know, for me, it's really easy to kind of knock ourselves down, when we fail to achieve these goals that we have. I know, like for me, for example, I used to set goals around my body a lot. I wanted to have like this ideal physique. I wanted a certain measurement, certain body weight, right? I wanted to, gain 15 pounds of muscle, lose 15 pounds of fat, all this kind of stuff. And, I would set like or make these promises to myself about what I was going to do to achieve it. So it was like, I'm going to work out 5 days or 6 days a week, every week without fail. I'm gonna not eat any desserts or any junk, and I'm gonna drink this much water, or like all of these kind of promises that I would make to myself, or these commitments that I would make to myself. And I know, like, any time that I failed to keep one of those promises, if I had a dessert one night, if I skipped a workout one day, it didn't matter how many times I ate clean, right? I could eat clean for like 5 nights in a row, but the one night I had like a dessert or a pizza or something like that, that would be the one that would replay over and over in my mind. That would be the one that I'd remember. I could work out, every day, but if I missed that one workout, that was the one that would just, I would obsess over it, about how I screwed up, how I'm a failure, how, I'm never going to have the body I want. Now I'm not going to reach my goals, right? And we can do that. I think we can do that really easily. We tend to kind of focus on the negative, right? We look so much at the things that go wrong, or, the times that we quote unquote mess up, right? And it just totally kind of overshadows any of the progress that we made, and a lot of it for me came from, making commitments to myself, but not just making commitments or promises as much as the way I was going about doing it. And it's kind of why I wanted to talk about this today, because I think it's very easy to put all of these kind of, say we're going to do all these things to reach these goals we have. And this could be with your body. This could be with a relationship. This could be with money, with career, your business. It doesn't really matter. But, a lot of times we set either so many kind of, or make so many commitments to ourselves. So I'm going to do this, that, right? And we get like a million different things, which when we've got that much going on, it really just creates overwhelm, right? We feel overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God, I got to do all this stuff. And, what happens when we feel overwhelmed is we usually don't do anything, right? Or we sometimes are committing to things that we'd rather not be doing, so like for me, committing to like, I'm going to eat like salads, or have this much vegetables, or I can't eat this, and I can, I'm gonna not eat carbs. And this was like shit that I didn't want to be like that strict. I could commit to kind of somewhere along those lines, but a lot of it was just like, it was stuff that I really did not want to be doing. And when we don't enjoy what we're doing, it's like the process that we go about to achieve our goals. If we don't enjoy that process, we're not going to do it very long. So what happens then is, if we don't enjoy the process, we don't engage in it. If we don't engage in the process, we don't make progress. If we don't make progress, then we fail to achieve our goals. And this is why a lot of times we're making commitments to ourselves in a way that really sets us up to fail. And then, every time we break a commitment, we break that word to ourselves, we break that commitment, we feel like it's our fault, or there's something wrong with us, or it really just kind of programs us to fail. And then with every time that happens, it's really easy to get into a cycle of negative thoughts and feelings and emotions that drive our actions. And it really, really just, again, the more that this happens, the more it chips away at us. It chips away at our confidence. It chips away at our self-esteem. It chips away at our sense of self-worth. And it's really, what I found is, who wants to feel that way, right? The more we feel that way, then the more we're just going to keep repeating the cycle of setting goals and failing to achieve them, and then feeling bad about ourselves, having negative thoughts, feelings, beliefs, emotions about ourselves, and really doubting ourselves. We fill ourselves with doubt and uncertainty, feel like we're not good enough, we're never going to get there, it's never going to happen for us, and on it goes. So instead, what I found works really well is a couple of things. When, it's only making commitments to ourselves that we can keep, right? Only making commitments to ourselves that we can keep. So, if we're, and it doesn't have to be like a whole lot of things. So, instead of making like a laundry list of a million things that we need to do, I find that when we make things very simple, it's applying simple things consistently over time. Right? Very simple things, right? Because instead of trying to commit to doing 10 or 15 or 20 different things and getting overwhelmed and not doing any of them, it's a lot more effective when we just commit to maybe 1 to 3 things. Just maybe 1 to 3 small things. Right? Because it's very simple to do, and it doesn't overwhelm us. And when we're not overwhelmed, we're a lot more likely to stick with the commitments that we make to ourselves. And that's the other thing, is to make commitments that allow us to enjoy the process, right? Because again, if we don't enjoy it, we're not going to do it. Make commitments that allow us to enjoy the process. And I think that when we start to focus on that, it's so much easier to keep our word to ourselves, to stick with the commitments we make to ourselves. And when we do that, that's where we start making our biggest progress. And as we make more progress, we start to actually build confidence. We start to build back our self-esteem. We start to feel and know our sense of worth. So that's just kind of what I come away with, is really keeping it simple. Doing a few simple things consistently over time and making sure that you enjoy the process. And that's what allows us to keep the commitments to ourselves. So that, I hope, helps. So we don't have to get stuck in the cycle of failure and thinking that our hopes and dreams and goals are not possible for us, when it's really just a matter of making them possible by setting ourselves up to succeed rather than setting ourselves up for failure. So I hope that helps. I hope that connects. And if you have any questions or comments, type them in below. And until then, try this out. Let me know how it goes. And I'm going to take off for the day, and I will talk to you soon.